Hey guys. Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute. Oh, forgot this is not connected to my phone. Hey, so those of you who are tuning in after the fact, I'm trying really hard to record the weekly messages and post them to Patreon, and then I will post them on YouTube on Monday. I'm having the craziest computer shit go down, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have to sit here by myself. I can like hang out with you guys. So that's just what I'm doing. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise in the background, that like skipping noise. Yeah, that's my desktop. I can't get it to stop and it's disruptive to recording. So I'm just gonna work on that and show with you guys at the same time. So yeah, so that's what's happening. Um, okay. How do I make this shit go away? Uh, let's see. I heard it. Yeah. It's something my computer's been doing for like the last like probably 6 months. Um, It's really weird because I'm hearing myself because this is, but I'm like hanging out with you guys on the phone, so it's kind of tripping me out. Anyway, yeah, my computer makes that noise from time to time, and sometimes if I like just restart it, it'll go away, but that hasn't been working. So it stopped. Oh, that's because I exited YouTube. So when I, it happens sometimes when I try to record, it'll just start that fucking skipping skipping noise. It's really aggravating. For those of you who don't know, my relationship with technology is a very bittersweet one. It's mutual. It's definitely mutual. Uranus is in my sixth house, so I just kind of attribute it to that. But I do try my best. I try my best. So I'm gonna see here. Let's see. Hi from Winnipeg. Hi, hello from Winnipeg. Um, Beautiful love, light and life. Yes, yes. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. The day before the eclipse. Um, Let's see. Okay, so I have to update a couple drivers. Let's see if that fixes it. Excuse me. All right, so that might take a while. Love your side do. Thank you. Thank you. It's a little frizzy today. I went for a little swim in the ocean. It was much needed. Nothing like the beach to reset yourself, right? I just spent the last 3 days fixing my computer too. Yeah, Mercury's gonna go retrograde soon, which Mercury retrograde, I mean, for those of you who've been with me for a long time know, when I talk about retrogrades, I always say it's just a time to review and reflect. That's all it is. And if we're not doing that, sometimes stuff doesn't work. Sometimes things get delayed because we're not reviewing and reflecting as we should be. So, so sometimes there's tech issues. But yeah, this is just a very normal thing that happens to me all the freaking time. So I have the weirdest tech shit that happens. I try really hard to manifest the opposite. Like every time I come to my computer, I'm like, my computer works great. It's gonna run smooth because it always runs smooth, and then it like doesn't, but that's fine. I was in the middle of rewatching last night's live on the new moon Taurus. I fell asleep. Oh, that's okay. I know it's late for some people when I do it. Hey, Mick. Hi. Do you feel like your energy can mess with electronics? Oh, hell to the yeah. If I'm surging, if I'm surging energy or I'm getting blasted, like yeah, like my computer definitely doesn't work. Sometimes the light, so I've actually had the lights like get messed up when I'm in a room and that's happening. So yeah, yeah, that happens. That's a thing. And I know that some of you have experienced that too. Should be putting my little one to bed, but couldn't resist. Aw, just rewatched a day bid from about 8 months ago. Oh wow. Hugs and rainbows. Hugs and rainbows. Um, yeah, and honestly, I've been doing so much more talking and communicating with people in general the last like couple weeks. And that's been kind of nonstop. And so I'm getting back into the groove of like doing lives again. So I actually was live on Instagram yesterday. If you're not following me on Instagram, that's totally fine. You don't need to if you don't want to. But if you're curious, I have a personal and I have a business one. So my personal is the original channel Instagram, and the name of it is Rodin RODIN underscore WaterBaby. And then the business one is BOMISpirit Inc. Let's see. I really appreciate you sharing knowledge and all the placements, which is more than most tarot readers do. It's my jam. It's just my jam. I just like doing it. It's fun. I'm a big nerd. Like a lot of people know I'm a really big nerd at heart. And that's just kind of how I function. It's like, I forget what was making me think about this the other day. But yeah, I have such like a hard science background. And I like to understand science and math and all that fun stuff, how shit works. And then also, I'm super intuitive. So it's like, I think honestly, what it is like I have a lot of intuitive, like, knowing about how shit works. And then to actually learn how people look at it is interesting to me. So, did we just start or no? We just started. I'm just chilling with you guys. So for those of you just coming in, I'm working on my computer because I keep trying to record and it's not happening. So I'm trying to do stuff to make my computer work so I could actually record stuff. So we're just chilling in the meantime. Um, like, and actually, astrology is a good example of that, right? Because like, there's a lot of very standard astrology teachings, and my throat's been doing a lot lately. I've been going through like a really big upgrade stuff and clearing stuff, so don't mind me. Yeah, with astrology, it's like some of these schools of astrology are so rigid, like very rigid. Looking at it from a very almost linear kind of standpoint when you look at studying astrology and like what things mean and how like you're supposed to look at aspects and stuff like that. But I'm more flexible with that. Excuse me. So everything I tell you guys about astrology, it's a combination of what I have learned traditionally and also what I intuit. Because energy is fluid, it's not linear. So that's the kind of way that I look at astrology. I look at it with a very fluid perception. Also, my guides will tell me shit. Like as I'm like talking to you guys or writing notes, like they'll actually give me messages relating to the astrology that I'm looking at. Let's see here. Successfully updated. Okay, let's see. I tried fixing a couple drivers. Let's see if that does the trick. Be nice if it works. I'm gonna restart. Wish I understood more about astrology, so watching you and getting your input is absolutely wonderful. Good, I'm glad you like it. Eclipses. What do eclipses symbolize? A massive change. Eclipses are massive, massive change. Solar eclipses, I think, on some level, tend to be easier. Well, I'm not gonna say easier. That's person dependent. That's a perception. Solar eclipses are a lot more external changes. Oh, since I restarted my computer, I couldn't hear myself. Did you hear it? It was still there. That stupid noise was still there. What am I gonna do with this computer? Let me put this back. Yeah, solar eclipses. A lot more physical changes, like external changes, go down a lot with solar eclipses. I'm just gonna take these off. With solar eclipses. But lunar eclipses, it's a lot more internal changes, a lot more like emotional upheaval, internal shifts, so to speak. But eclipses are massive, massive change compared to a normal moon cycle. The post shadow also lasts longer than a typical moon cycle. Like a typical moon cycle will have a post shadow of like a month. Well, eclipse will have like a 6 month post shadow. That's just like standard understanding of astrology. I'm late. Did you change your channel name? I did. That was a while ago. So here's the other thing, guys, and spread the word. YouTube does not, the algorithms do not like change, okay? The YouTube algorithms do not like change at all. So because I change my content regularly, they don't circulate my videos. They keep also like unsubscribing people and claiming that it's like, oh, they're spam people, and it's like they're not spam people. So I actually been seeing more comments of people being like, how come I didn't get a notification? And wait, I like haven't seen you in forever, but I've been here. Like I haven't like gone away. I've been here. So YouTube has like not been happy with me. So yeah, my my YouTube channel name is BOMISpirit. WaterBaby is just a subset of that. But also I wanted to move away from that name WaterBaby because I felt like it was really time for that. I want my content to be more not just about tarot. I also just feel like I personally outgrew the name. That's also just a personal thing with all the changes I've gone through the last few years. Yeah, I don't get notifications until it's too late to catch you live. Yeah, I know. It's like it's very annoying. Hold on a second. I blanked on my password. Oh shit, that said it's not correct. Wait a minute. What's my password? Multitasking. All right, let's see if this works now. Do a little test run. Oh, Clyde is still here. Clyde's still chilling. He's just not as active. Um, Also, the last 18 months, I was living with a partner. So, he had someone to like go play with and interact with while I was working. But my partner and I have split up. So, he's adjusting to that. But yeah, he's still here. He's still around. He's got some ear issues still, and I'm trying to help him with that as much as I can. Poor thing. But yeah. Oh, it's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, wait a minute. We're looking good. Hold on. There's no weird ass sound. Let me just test this out. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Testing the live. Okay. All right. It looks like it's working. Okay. Awesome. I can actually record shit now. Okay, ending that stream. Yeah, it's okay, Heather. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's okay. It's a good thing. Clyde, I remember he was sick. I'm so happy he's better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fitting, shows us what happens when you learn from what element to master them all as one. Yes. Actually, that's also why I like going to the beach. Like, the beach is such a great reset because you get access to all those elements at once. Um, I love the beach. I love the beach. I don't think I could ever live without the beach. Breakup tips. Tips. Every person is so different when it comes to breakups. Every circumstance is very different when it comes to breakups. I would say my best advice is to just focus on moving forward. Like, just keep your focus on things that excite you about what you can now have in your life because a relationship is ending. Like, when a relationship ends, there's a lot of space that's created, right? And you can fill that space with anything you want, anything that makes you happy, anything that makes you feel excited, inspired, adventurous. Like, staying focused on that, I think, is really, really positive because it brings in a lot of joy. It helps you to stay focused on yourself, right? And also helps you to stay focused on productivity, but also like putting things in your life that are healthy and really good for you and the things that you really want. It's really easy, I think, to get caught up in sadness, like especially like for any of my Scorps out there. Double water sign, double water sign right here, Scorpio stellium. Um, yeah, it's real easy to get sucked into that little sad place, right? And focused on the past. And not to say you shouldn't grieve. Please grieve. Like, you need to grieve your relationships that end. I think that's a very natural human thing. And just allow like those moments to happen. Sometimes you might have a day where it's like, okay, I just need to be sad about this, and that's okay. And then get back to refocusing, right? But that takes practice for some people. But that's what I would say as far as a breakup tip is concerned. As far as like more specific tips, very dependent on circumstance. I made it in time. Roden, I appreciate you very much. Oh, thanks, Gabrielle. Clyde's awesome. Glad to hear he's doing well. Hope all is well in your world. Everything is good. Everything's really good. I love the beach too. I built a little barrier to tan naked. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Um, Finding something creative helped me. Yeah. Yeah. And like, sometimes people don't like to keep busy. Capricorns love being kept busy. So I think that's the best method for a Capricorn is like just work. Just work. Um, Being more spontaneous and diving into things you love to do have helped me with breakups. Yeah. Oh, totally. I think that's exactly the way to go. Um, Sometimes good things fall apart so better things can fall together. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing, guys. Wait, hey, girl, my sister moved to Oahu. I'm visiting in June. Can I meet you? Oh, it's funny because it's like I actually don't know if I'm staying in Oahu. That's another thing. Um, Guys, there's been so much shit that's gone down. There's so many videos I like need to want not need to do, want to do. I'm trying to change my verbiage. Um, that I want to do to tell you guys because like there's personal shit that's been happening for me. And then there's like, collective shit that's happening too, like really important collective shit that's happening. And actually, I was even just looking at my schedule to see when I can like do some of these videos to tell you guys. So I am most likely moving. I cannot be in this apartment anymore. I can't. It's not good for me. It's not good for my energy. It's not good for my work. Like it's just not, and I've known it. And now that it's like it's just me, I'm like, yeah, I need to bounce. Like I need to exit. Need to exit. Um, but I also realized like I want to be portable. Like I don't want to own a lot of shit. I just want to go where I'm supposed to be and be there for however long I'm supposed to. Especially for the last couple years, like it's been made really clear to me that Spirit wants me portable. You know, the lawnmower, yeah, the fucking lawnmower, yeah. That's just one component out of many as to why this place is like not great energetically. This place also has like an energy pocket where energy just gets funneled in and it like can't leave. It just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. So I regularly have to like clear this place out. Like regularly. And it just keeps building more energy that is just gross energy. So I'm considering actually having two home bases. Probably on another island, and probably on the mainland, and just go back and forth between the two. And that's kind of what that's what I'm manifesting right now. That's what I'm trying to manifest right now. Um, yeah, I think that's ideal. I want to be able to not own furniture. So sick of owning so like I've owned so much furniture through the course of my life, and it's just like why? And it's like, and where does all that furniture end up at some point, right? Just landfills for the most part, and it's just like I'm sick of it. I'm just really tired of that way of living. The neighbor upstairs from me had my old phone number, and they're often over my head in the same place. I won't be able to move until I build up my credit score, and I'd love to go back to recording. Yeah. You have been bouncing around a lot the last few years. Yes, I have. Oh, I so have. Um, and when I moved here, like I had that feeling of, oh my God, I don't ever want to move again. And I don't, but it's like I don't want to do the big move again. That's why I don't want to have shit. Like I don't want to own stuff. Like if I have two suitcases and my cat, like that should be fine. Like I'll be happy to move whenever, wherever, right? It's like because that's what makes it easy. And also the way like everything is set up for living and taxes and registering the car, it's like all of that stupid 3D shit. That makes moving difficult and that makes it a headache. Like I can't tell you how much mail I've lost through all the moves I've done. Even getting my car registered, like the move to Hawaii was so traumatic because I had to do it in such a short amount of time and I was living in a hotel at the time. And because I was moving with my partner, we also had to get his shit too from another state. So I literally spent the entire month of April last year just traveling and doing Hawaii, like moving logistics, moving my car, shipping all of our stuff from different states. I had to empty out a storage unit in LA. So we went from Arizona. This is all within a 4 week period. We went from Arizona to Hawaii to New York to LA to Arizona and then finally moved to Hawaii, all within a 4 week time while I'm trying to figure out like logistics of the red tape of getting your pet into Hawaii from mainland, getting the car to Hawaii from mainland. Like it was a lot. And when I got here, I was like, I can't do anything. I was so disassociated. I was just like, I just need to like lay here and not do anything for like a couple months. Like that's literally how it felt. Um, Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to bombard you guys with that stress. I just realized I kind of like vomited that at you, so I apologize for that. Um, yeah, and after that, it was just like I can't do this shit again. Like I just can't. And that was my point. I was so exhausted from the move, trying to get my car registered here. I just couldn't do it. I gave it my good college try because it also is kind of like what's the word? It's not a straightforward process to get your car registered here from the mainland. And I tried to do it, and there was some weird hiccup about my car title, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I was like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm not gonna do it. And I had just got my registration anyway from Arizona like the month before. So I was like, I'm good for a long time. I'm just not doing this shit. And then a year went by and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't do that. And I got the renewal thing in the mail from Arizona and I'm like, maybe I can just renew it in Arizona. And they let me. They totally let me. So I'm like, Oh well. I'm like, it's honestly not a big deal. I can only imagine the trauma built during that time frame. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And poor Clyde. Like, Clyde is the best cat that I think has ever lived. He's got the best temperament. He can deal with a lot of shit and he's so loving. He's just the best cat. To put him through that flight, to like put him in a, carrying case, and we actually had to like, sorry, backing up, because I lived in Sedona and you have to fly out of Phoenix. And the flight from Phoenix to Hawaii, there was only like one flight that we could have taken. It was early in the morning. So we actually had to drive the night before to Phoenix. So he's in the carrying case for like more than 24 hours, really, right? And then to take him through an airport, which he's never been in, and then on a plane, and they made me put him under the seat, which I was like, don't make me do that. I was like, don't make me put my cat under the seat. He's so freaked out. Um, and then finally land, and then we had to put him through the whole cat quarantine thing at the airport, which wasn't extensive, but it's just another thing, right? Then I finally got to have him in my lap in the car on the way to the apartment, and I look at him and he's like not even blinking. He's just like his eyes are just like, his eyes are just like open, and he's just like head down, he's just staring out. I'm like, I'm so sorry, like, I'm so sorry, Clyde. I love you so much, thank you so much for dealing with this. um it took him a long time to adjust, like a long time. But anyway, that was a weird thing to kind of get into. I apologize. That was probably very stressful to have to listen to. Um, so yeah, if I just don't own shit, moving is not hard. And if I get a base here in Hawaii, and I just move to another island, that's not gonna be a big deal. Like, I can do that. I can handle that. It's just all the other 3D shit that's so annoying that I just hate dealing with. Especially when you have your own business and then you move, it's like you also have to like file paperwork for that, which I hate doing. So I hate doing that. Sounds like you both felt the same way. LOL. Yeah, Scorpio, we going to do scorpions. Wait, we're going to do scorpions? Oh, we're just chilling. We're just chilling. Don't apologize. I always worry the lives drain you. You give a lot. Oh, thank you, Mick. Never stressful to listen to you. Oh, you guys are so supportive. Um, and they are horrible travels, but it's a beautiful experience minus the real world. Yeah, yeah. Minus the 3D nonsense of the Matrix. Yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm considering right now, and so I'm just trying to manifest that all this goes well and all this is just an easy transition as I just get rid of shit. And even after my partner left, it's like I actually don't have a lot here. Like, I tried to make this move minimal, like the most minimal basic shit I would need. And so looking at everything, I actually don't have a lot. So I'm probably gonna set up like a once I understand where I'll be living or moving to, that it's actually like manifesting my reality. I'm gonna set up like a what you call it. I'm gonna do like a virtual garage sale thing. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I'm just gonna have like 2 days and like time slots for people to show up with like appointments, and then they can just buy whatever they want. Like, take it all. Take it all. Everything you see with a post-it on it, just take it all. It's up for grabs. Like, I just get it the fuck out of here. Um, yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna do it. Just make my life easy. I've been watching you for years. I feel like I know you. I'm nosy. I want to know about your boyfriend. My ex? No, that's okay. I don't need to talk about him. Um, so refreshing to see you live. Yeah, it feels good to be live with you guys again. I really missed that. But I think during the pandemic, well, I'm sorry, I'm just in such a chatty mood. I just can't stop talking. I'm just jumping to topic to topic to topic. A couple years ago, when the pandemic started, there was a lot of like racial stuff that happened, like that popped up in the Matrix. Um, and and that somehow like really, I don't have a good word for this. I always try to be careful with the words I use. Uh, Spilled up over onto me. I'll say it that way. Like, if it was paint, I got splashed with it. Like, I'll say it that way. And it really put me off of doing lives. I was like, you know what? People are freaking out right now. Like, people don't know how to handle this pandemic. Like, I'm just not gonna do lives for a while. And it was a good move for me. Um, but yeah, that was like, ugh, that was off. That was not cool. It was not cool. Um, I feel like so many people are stuck in limbo. Yeah, there are some people who are. There's people who are. I can listen to you talk for hours. Really, guys? Really? About just anything? Roden, I miss you. Just hopped on. Used to be Lucid Lunix. Oh, I remember that name. Sending you all the abundance this new moon eclipse will bring. I already know Spirit is supporting. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys, this new moon, this eclipse is awesome. I'm so excited. I've just been like, because it's basically here. It's tomorrow, right? I'm just bathing in it like energetically. I'm just like sucking up all that energy. It's such a positive new moon. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, like, I apologize. I haven't had a chance to put it up on Vimeo because my computer's been, doing weird things. But for my patrons, it's on Patreon. Um, will this eclipse be good to Scorpios? We always go through it. It's gonna be good to everybody. It's gonna be good for everybody. We did talk about Libra risings though, because like every time I do the full moon new moon videos on Patreon, we start getting into like, different placements and things like that. And I just kind of give whatever my 2 cents is or whatever channelings come through, because that channelings will actually come through for people. And Libra risings, it might be a little shadowy, more so than for other people. Again, you don't have to take that as your truth. It's just my 2 cents and channeling. Um, but that was interesting. The full moon Scorpio eclipse, that's going to be shadowy. That one might be a little challenging. And remember, that one's a lunar eclipse. So it is going to be a very internal process. I do feel like the full moon Scorpio is going to require people to examine what they need to let go of to embrace all this new that they're trying to have now. Like the new moon eclipse that is it like right now is bringing a lot of cool shit to people. Like a lot. There's so many cool possibilities and growth and expansion and serious leveling up. That's available for all of us right now. But the full moon Scorpio is going to be like, you might need to get rid of this, that, and the other thing. You might need to re-examine how you do this, that, and the other thing if you really want to hold on to all this great shit that this eclipse season is bringing you. So that's what the full moon Scorpio is going to feel like. But it's going to be very internal shifting for people. We would all love to listen to you. If you started a podcast, it would be fabulous. I considered that. I actually considered like just turning some of my videos into podcast episodes. Um, and then I was like, and I took a step back and I'm like, are you giving yourself another thing to do? It's like literally, I was like, yeah, okay, not yet. Um, but now that I have so much more space in my life, you never know. Maybe, um, maybe it's an idea. It's crossed my mind. How long did you have to meditate to hear your guides? Oh, how to answer this question. So let me preface that with everybody's experiences are different. Preface it with that. Everybody's experiences are very, very different when it comes to how they hear their guides, when they hear their guides, how many guides, that they perceive. And some people, they go through the whole waking up process, right, to be able to do that. I was born with abilities. I was born being very open. Actually, I was thinking about one of my earliest experiences, and I haven't talked about it in a long time. And I think for a long time, I didn't know how to explain it to people, like when I was a kid. But I have a lot of early memories of having these sort of like spiritual experiences or paranormal experiences. And when I was like about 3 or 4, my grandmother was watching me. And my grandmother used to like make me sleep in the bed with her. I don't know why. It's whatever. It was just how she was. Probably just an old school thing. I don't know. I don't know. Um, and I remember it's funny because like when I was a kid, I described it as getting out of the bed, but I didn't get out of the bed. I got out of my body is what happened. I didn't get out of the bed. I got out of my body. And I went to a big vanity that she had. And I remember looking in the mirror. I looked in the mirror and I literally had like like another eye. Like I had a whole third eyeball right here on my third eye and it was open, staring back at me. And I freaked out because I was like 3 or 4. I freaked out and then like instantly when I freaked out, I was back in my body. Um, so sorry, getting all over the place. So as far as hearing my guides, I've always heard them. I've always heard them. I've always been aware of them. Not like all of them, right? Because that's been part of my journey. Um, yeah, and then just like most people who are really open and born with abilities, like at some point I like tried to really suppress that and like shut that off. Because it's a lot and I wanted to be normal. I want to be normal. And because I did that, I shut off my abilities. And so that was that. And then it wasn't until probably 2012 that they like I really got like pushed to like, woken up, suppose, whatever word you want to use, woken up, put back online, whatever word you want to use, and I started seeing things again. I started hearing things again, and I was having these like insane headaches. Um, yeah, and then I suppressed it again. I was like, no, this is too much. And at the time, I was in a really abusive relationship, and it was a really dark period of my life. And that kind of pushed me into this whole dark night of the soul period, which I was in for like years. I was in that from like, wait, how many years is that? 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I was in that dark ass period for like 7 or 8 years, really. Um, and then I was in a struggling spot and I was like, I need to do something. I need to figure out how to survive. And I actually got led to tarot. And I knew of tarot. I just had never had a tarot reading before. My grandfather led me to that. Um, yeah, and then I was like, oh, let me just see what this is about. And I just started learning. I didn't even like intend to really like, starting a YouTube channel wasn't even my idea. It was actually a friend's suggestion. And I was like, YouTube? I don't know. I was like, public eye? I don't know. That was like so not me. So that was so not who I was. And I started it really just because I wanted to have something that made me feel like I was having some joy in my life. And then I realized I was helping people. And then it was just like boom, 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 boom. And here I am now. So as far as hearing my guides, I've always heard them in some capacity. Um, do you hear your guides sing to you? My guides don't sing to me. They give me songs though. They'll give me lyrics. No, my guides are they're not very gentle with me. They're very much like there's shit going on, there's shit you need to know. Um, I'm afraid of being on camera. For anybody who wants to start their own channel, um, I guess what advice would I have with that? What advice would I have with that? Don't think about it like you're talking to tons of people. Like, don't let yourself think about it too much. Just let yourself be in it. Um, even just you can even just start like all your videos on private. You know what I mean? It's like and just get used to seeing your face like as you're talking. And once you get used to it, it's really easy. Uh, and just being yourself is really key. Like I'm just myself with you guys. I've always just been me with you guys. Like there are some people who feel like they need to have scripts written out or they need to have the perfect lighting or the perfect camera and all of that, but I think all of that just really keeps you from being yourself, you know. It doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to be fancy. As you guys know, my setup was never fancy. I tried my best at that, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to figure this shit out. I literally was just like, I don't want to waste energy trying to figure that out. I just need to like do my thing. Can you really make a full-time job by doing YouTube? It depends. That really is so dependent on what kind of channel you have, what kind of videos you're making. I also am a full believer in not just having one stream of income because I think that can set you up to be in a bad spot if anything were to happen. Um, but it's a great way to start exploring how else you can, you know, monetize things, monetize your gifts, I guess is the best way to say that. Um, Figure out where the record button is, where we still trying to figure out how technology ain't a saint for us. It so does. And we love you for being here. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you. I like being here. I love being here. The most consistent resonating reader. Oh, you guys. I'm loving the love. I'm just receiving all of that. I'm just gonna receive all of that. Do you have any brothers and sisters? Nope. Just me. I begged my parents though. When I was like 4, I guess a lot of shit happened when I was 4. When I was 4, I begged them. And I, sorry, I'm laughing because it's my mom, one of my mom's favorite stories about me. She's like, you just came up to me and said, and said, can you please have sex again so I can have a little brother or sister? um, but yeah, that was the kind of kid I was. Nope, just me. I was rewatching the reading you did for me. Spot on. Oh, good, good, good. That's so. For those who don't know, I do have services. I do offer pre-recorded readings, and I'm actually gonna adjust my services soon after I practice a couple things. There's a couple new things that I'm doing that I want to share with you guys, but I feel like I need to like get in more of a flow with it before I do that. But yeah, I offer pre-recorded readings, and they are timeless essentially, and so sometimes people do go back and after well after the fact, and they find that there's still messages in there for them. So it's been pretty cool to do that. I've really been enjoying that like a lot. I used to do one-on-one sessions with people with a live like recording live with them, and that was an amazing experience. My guides told me to like take a breather with that, probably because all this kind of shit was going to be happening. you know, moving, new work opportunities, changing your work again. And it's like, so that's probably why they told me to slow that shit down. So yeah, are they astrology or tarot readings? Um, I don't even want to say that they're either. It's like, it's more like it's a session. It's a session where I meet up with your spirit team, with my spirit team, your higher self, and we dive into what needs to be talked about. We dive into what's going on. And sometimes I do feel like I tap into people's almost like I don't want to say future self. It's like I almost pick up on the energy of like a higher timeline, or like something that is possible, but it always feels really like positive and yummy. And then it's almost like a backtracking, like, oh wait, you're not there yet, like this is where you're at, but this is where you can be. It's like that kind of comes up. So that's how I would describe my sessions. It's like it's soul work. It's a session for your soul. It's like that's what my sessions are. They're sessions for your soul. Are there cards? Yeah, there are cards. Are there channelings? Yeah, there's channelings. Sometimes I even have to clear energy out. Like that happens probably once every like 5 readings or so. Like I actually have to like clear out some dense ass energy because there's so much going on for the person, or there's so much in their energy field. And sometimes I even just give like advice on just little like meditations they can do, or little exercises they can do that can help with some things that they're dealing with. So yeah, so that's how I would describe my readings. They're probably not well described on my website because that's not my strong suit. Guys, my website, I need to go on there and retweak some things. Um, yeah, all of that 3D stuff. Again, I know my strengths, and with my skills, like website stuff, that's a skill in progress. That's a skill that's constantly in flux of learning. It's like what I would say with that. Is Clyde hanging out nearby? Probably not. No, I think he's in the living room enjoying the sun. So he's sunbathing right now. Uh, is this on Patreon? Oh no, this is on YouTube. This is on YouTube. Do you want any kid yourself? Who you would like? Wait, what? Do you want any kid yourself? I'm in kid. Who would you like to have? Wait, what? Sorry, I don't understand, Bernard. I watch videos from a while back just because it pops up, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, so again, guys, those of you coming in late or just after the fact, I'm still recording videos. I'm still posting content. Like, I have not left. YouTube might want you to think I've left, but I haven't left. So go to like the homepage and see what other videos I posted. If you feel like you haven't seen me in months, there's content, I promise you. I do weekly intuitive astrology readings here on YouTube. How do I connect with you to sign up for a reading? Through the website, BOMISpirit.com, through the website. And by the way, so here's the other thing. If you try to book with me and there are no openings, don't despair. I only allow bookings to happen 3 weeks in advance. And I did that so that my life is like not too hard to like adjust things as like changes happen or things come up. I also did that so it's just easier to manage everything. So that if it is booked up, just wait a day and there might be openings, you know? Um, Watching over the years has made me feel a sort of kindred connection with you. Oh, thanks, Diana. That's the thing, guys. We're all connected. You know, we are all connected. We are all one, and we always have been. Um, and as time goes on, more and more people are remembering that, and it's really cool to see more and more people remembering that. Um, let's see. Thank you for everything. Where the heck have I been? Where do I go for personal readings? My website. Have you had a chance to check your emails? I sent you the Winter Wonderland song. Oh, cover inspired by you. Not sure if you like it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the other thing. Email. I was on top of it for a good while, and then, like I said, all these changes happened. So I actually need to set aside a day or two, probably the next few days, to go through my emails because my email's gotten a little crazy. Self-love and personal boundaries, kind of like, yeah. I don't know, you didn't know you did them again for so long on a reset. I don't give personal readings at this time. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, because when I first started, so for those who don't know, I started back in 2018. October 2018, I created a channel and I don't think I posted anything for like maybe a month or two. Maybe. I might even posted before then. And so at first I offered personals and I didn't expect it to be so draining. It was like, whoa, not ready for this. It was just like it was exhausting and I was like, okay, I can't. And then the channel really exploded really fast. Like, and I didn't expect that. Like I said, I just was doing it because I felt guided to do it. And it was fulfilling for me. I never expected that it would be like my full-time vocation. Like I never expected that at all, and it happened so fast. And then when that happened, it was like, oh yeah, I can't do this. Like I don't know how to handle this kind of demand yet. So I just shut it down. And I figured if there was gonna be a time when I could, then I could. And that time's been here. Were you scared to give personals? I feel like I'm responsible for someone else's life. You're never responsible for someone else's life. You're never responsible for someone else's life unless they're your child and you need to take care of them. Like, other than that, you're not responsible for anyone else's life. All you can do, like, if you want to do personals, whether it's just through intuition or you're just a card reader, you're an energy healer, however you identify yourself as, and you want to help people in one-on-ones, like, that's the very first thing. You're there to do the best you can, and you are not responsible for what this person does. You need to take some accountability and responsibility with how you handle people, right? Always handle them with compassion and gentility and honesty, but you also need to have boundaries, and that's part of also just professionalism. Yeah, and sometimes you might get someone that you realize they may need some other kind of assistance, and you can mention that to them. Or if you feel like you're not safe dealing with somebody, because that's the other thing, some people are not safe. Right? There are some people in the world that are going through a lot of serious issues, or who are not well, or who have other motives and intentions. Then you do what you can to protect yourself, right? But yeah, you're never responsible for someone else's life. But as far as being scared of doing readings, like outside of that, no, I wasn't really scared to. I wasn't scared to. The only thing I was nervous about was getting like somebody who, wanted to do bad things. That was the only thing I was ever concerned about. Um True, plus the intention, mindfulness of the intention because it fluctuates. Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you, Mercurial Mood. Yeah, they can drain your energy if you don't protect yourself. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So right now I only have the two different sessions that I offer, the pre-recorded readings. But like I said, I might be changing my services moving forward accordingly to the changes in my life. Yeah. But I just realized what the time where the time's at. And since my computer is now working, I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go record the weekly messages. Patrons, you guys will see that probably in a couple hours posted to Patreon, and then of course it will post Monday here on YouTube. And also, don't forget, I'm doing more lives in general here on YouTube, on Patreon, and also on Instagram. So go ahead and check out Instagram. Don't forget to. Oh, thank you, Mercurial Mood, for the 4.99. That was really sweet of you. Um, yeah, so don't miss that on the Instagrams. My personal one is Rodin, RODIN underscore WaterBaby. And my business one is BOMISpirit, Inc., INC. So check that out. Uh, let's see. Thank you so much for tonight. Yeah, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me while I fix my computer. You've been such a valuable guiding force in my life. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. Thank you, guys. It's what I'm here for. It's what I'm here for. I am here to do a lot of things, and I embrace that. Um, oh yeah, thank you, Taylor. Yes, please hit a like, please, so that the YouTube algorithm can stop punishing me for fluctuating and growing as a human being and growing my content accordingly. Thank you, Rachel, for the 1.99. Thank you. I'm booking. How come it's asking for date and time? Is it live? That's just how the system works. It's just, it keeps everything in a log for me. It just keeps everything in a log for me, and there will be instructions emailed to you once you book. So for the date and time, it's not live, it's pre-recorded. It's really just to like lock it in a spot. That's all it is for. How do you know your soul purpose? Okay, I'll answer this and then I'm gonna go. Sun God, Palace of Persephone, I see you. I see you. I see you. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Um, the only way you start to really understand, I'm going to use the word perceive what you identify as your soul purpose. Because here's the other thing, guys. Our real purpose is to come here and have an experience. Our real purpose is to come here, be who we are, and have some fun in the process. That is our true purpose for everybody. But it's about being ourselves, being who we just innately are. So when you find your purpose, that's because you have found yourself. You have found yourself, you connected with yourself, you understand who and what you are. And once you do that, life is really just about being that and doing that like all the time. Like like everything I do, this is what I've always been. I came out of the womb like this. I came out of the womb seeing things, hearing things, getting information, and this is just me. Yeah, so it's a journey to the self if you want to find what that is for you. Are you implying we all have one steady self? That is a loaded question. There's so many different things I want to say in response to that. There are aspects of ourselves in various dimensions. Okay, let's start there. There are various aspects of ourselves within dimensions. We just have vessels, all right? Vessels are carrying around our essence, our souls. And our souls are made up of these different aspects of ourselves that are, again, come from various dimensions and various frequencies. The vessel has a story. The vessel has experiences. The vessel has an identity, but so do all these different facets of yourself. When you come home to yourself, it's because you've come home to an understanding of all of these different aspects of you. And you can embrace all of that and accept all of that authentically without subscribing to all these different false beliefs and programmings of what truth is, because truth is not outside of you, truth is within you. So I hope that answers your question. Wait, hold on a second. Help, this guy is going off on customers. Embodiment in different time and space. How do we get through the dark night and shadow work to start ascending? You gotta just experience it. Like, honestly, guys, it's a surrender. It's always a surrender. Moving into the self, accepting the self, seeing your own truth. It's a process of surrender, of being able to let go of attaching to certain ideas, and especially the external shit, like especially anything outside of yourself, and being able to look within, because that's really where you're going to find all truth for yourself. Even if it looks different than someone else's truth, that's okay, because it's supposed to. It's supposed to. It's supposed to be different. We're all one because we're all different aspects or facets of one giant entity machine, the consciousness, the collective consciousness. If we were all exactly identical, there'd be nothing going on. Like nothing. Like there would absolutely be nothing going on. Um yeah, so I hope that answers your guys' question. But that's also the grand paradox of we're all different, but we're all the same, right? Um do you have any view towards using drugs from Earth to explore these paths? Oh, you guys, I gotta go. I got to go. I can answer all these questions in other lives later on. Even if you look at all my content, like I've been on YouTube for a while, I've talked about a lot of this stuff. So you can even like backtrack a little bit. And I've grown as a person. So stuff that I posted in 2019 has definitely evolved because I've evolved. So just know that. But yeah, I've talked about that. I'm actually gonna be scheduling a ayahuasca talk soon to the person who posted that question. Um, but yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Take care. Have a great night and thanks for hanging out, okay? Bye. See you.